Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So right now I'm just gonna get ready. So this is like a get ready with me slash Q&A for anyone that wants to join. So we're just gonna wait and let a few people join before I get started. Let's see. Hey Evelyn, hey Car, Girl Keep for Life, Leslie, Lily, Jalen, hey to everyone. As you can see by the name of the title, this is just going to be like a Q&A slash get ready with me. Iced tea. Can y'all stop it? Y'all look, hold on. They are literally under, well, Honey is under the couch trying to hide. They're fighting over a treat, which they all get the same thing. Whenever we give them treats, we give them like the exact same thing. But for some reason, Honey and Iced Tea will sit there and fight over one treat when the other one could be sitting like literally right next to them. I just don't understand them, but I think it's cute that that's all they do is play all day. But Honey's hiding under the couch, and of course he can't go in there. He can't go down there. So, see, Iced Tea. Iced tea. Iced tea. It's literally like a, see, look. Did he realize he just walked away? Yeah, he still thinks that she's under the couch, but she already walked out. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start getting ready. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, just ask away and I'll just answer them as I go. And then Sugar, hold on, I think I can show you Sugar right here. Sugar is right there on my table. Can y'all see him? He's on top of my table, just chilling. He had surgery Wednesday to get neutered. So he's still, like, I took his cone off because it was so uncomfortable for him. He couldn't really do much. And I know it's so they don't lick on themselves, but I've been keeping an eye on him to make sure that he's not, like, licking on himself or whatever. Somebody just asked a question. The question was what foundation I used. And I used the NARS foundation in the colors Syracuse, I think, whatever. And the concealer that I use, I'm going to show y'all as I go, but I use the Revolution concealer. But I'm going to go in and do my eyebrows first. And I'm using this new little eyebrow pomade by e.l.f. I usually use the Anastasia one, but I feel like it's getting a little bit dried up. And I didn't feel like going to Ulta, so I just went ahead and like got this when I was at Walmart yesterday. The little nail display, like my nail polish rack, I honestly do not know what size it is. My dad made that for me. Okay, so if you messed up your polish on your acrylic, you can go in and use acetone. The only way that it would mess up your nails is if you soak them in acetone. You just want to, like, just rub the polish off if you're using regular polish. Now if you're using gel polish, then you would have to file it off. To hold my camera, well, I use my phone to record, but to use my phone when I'm doing nails, I just have a ring light and I tilt kind of like, hold on, I have a ring light right here, but I just like tilt it over to where like it kind of sits like this. And it's a lot smaller than this one right here. So instead of using the tripod that's on the ring light, I kind of just put it over the top. I have a video on how I record my videos. So if you just go here on YouTube and just type in like Natali Carmona how videos or something like that. Setup, I think it's like camera setup, something like that. Who is that? Kennedy, I do have a video on liquid to powder ratio. If you just like type in Natali liquid to powder ratio, you will see the video. Drew said they are scared to apply acrylic on their self. Any advice? The only advice I can give you is to just do it. You know, you're not really gonna learn unless you try. And it's all, nails is really like a trial and error type of thing, because you know there's different ways of doing different things, whether it's nail art or whatever. Everybody has their own technique on applying acrylic, but you know, at the end of the day, you get the same outcome. So you just have to kind of try it and see what works for you, and just, you know, I guess learning as you go. But you're never gonna learn unless you try it, so you're gonna have to just practice a lot. Like, nails takes a lot of practice, patience, and dedication, and I think I've told you guys this plenty of times, but it's not something that you're just gonna be able to watch a video or two and then be good at. It's just gonna take a lot of practice. And even then, you know, like, you might have some days where, you know, the nails didn't end up looking the best, and then you might get dragged around a website like they did me today. But you know, it's just a matter of just practicing a lot. Shaping is all about the angle of your file. When you're doing nails, remember, like, especially, I'm gonna just use coffin as an example, but whenever you're doing coffin nails, it's all about holding your file at exactly a 90-degree angle with the nail. So if the nail is right here, you want your file at exactly a 90-degree angle when you're filing, but that way it's super straight, because if not, it's gonna, you know, either like round the corners off or whatever. So it's all about the angle of your brush, and also practice. I use the KDS glue for nails to apply the nail tips. Okay, so the dust collector that I use is the Valentino one, which, you know, I have the Valentino table, so it came with the dust collector. And I've tried multiple dust collectors. I've tried the McCart one before. I've tried different ones from like Amazon and stuff, like really cheap ones. And honestly, I feel like they're all about the same. Like, even the Valentino one, which is like a couple $100s, like that one, I feel like it does the same work that like the $50 one from McCart did. And then I recently reviewed the one by Melody Susie, and it's basically like the same thing. It doesn't fully collect like 100% of the dust. For me, it keeps the dust down so it doesn't get in my face. Which is really what all the other ones did as well. But I definitely feel like, you know, some are overpriced when they kind of do the exact same thing. So right now, the last one that I've tried other than the Valentino one is the one by Melody Susie, and that one worked just as good as my the Valentino one. And then also that one, like, you can get either the one that's just the dust collector, or the one that has the drill with it, which is the one that I have. And it's super convenient because, you know, like, it's literally like a 2-in-1, a dust collector and a drill. Laquita, I do have a video on double tips. I'll have to look for it, but like I said, if you're looking for like a specific video, just type in like my name on YouTube and then like double tips, or, you know, something like that, and then you will get the video. I can't remember what I called that one, but I know it's gonna be like an extra long set of nails that I did. And it's been a while, so. I feel like this little pomade thing is still a little bit dark. Like I said, the one that I use is the Anastasia one in a medium brown. And then this one, I think, is like a medium brown as well. Yeah, it is a medium brown. So they're honestly about the same shade. I was thinking that this one was going to be a little bit lighter, but it does kind of look kind of dark. My brushes, somebody said, how do you get a flat brush? I use the Alpha brush in an oval shape, and it's pretty flat. So they already come like that. Nosh, I honestly don't know exactly like how many sets I did, but definitely like every time you do a new set, like you're gonna see an improvement because maybe the time before, I don't know, maybe a nail was crooked or something. So then next time you're like, okay, the last time I did this, so next time let me do this, and you're gonna see progress each time. But I honestly never kept up with like an exact number of like, how many sets I did or how many months did it take me because at the time I was so young that I honestly was not like paying attention to that, I guess I could say. The Alpha Brush, if you go under any of my videos or even on my Instagram, in the bio, the link is there. I don't have a promo code for them, but I just have that link. That's like a designated link from me. Jessica, the colored acrylics that I use a lot of the JCVD concept colored acrylics. And then as you guys know, not too long ago, I also bought the whole Valentino collection. And as far as like the quality, I feel like they're like the same, no complaints with either one of them. It just depends on like how much you're willing to spend as well. But both of them are really good. I've also used some of the Melody Susie ones, which are super cheap. I think they're like $6 per container, and those, they're not the very best, but they're definitely affordable. Kennedy, I would definitely try to find my practice hand. Sometimes it's just hard because with the practice hand it's really not the same thing, and then plus like sometimes like the hand won't stay still, and like I always struggle with it, which is why I don't use it as often. Tina, as far as the state board, like are you doing the practical or the written test? But as far as like really both of them, you really have to focus on like the sanitation part, because even for me here in Arkansas, like that was one of the main things that they were checking for. Like if you put a comb down and picked it back up, like it's considered like already in, you like if you dropped it and you pick it up, like you have to dispose of it or put it in your items to be disinfected bag, because that's the point. If you like, they are really bad or really hard on you about sanitation. But other than that, like you should have a guideline on what's going to be on the test and the order in which the test is going to be, and you can just practice by that, which is what we did in school. Like I think once we got really close to taking the test, we would go in the classroom and we would practice, like do the whole like a mock test, and we would just do the whole thing in order, and that's what really helped us. So when we did take the test, it was like literally as if I was in class. Let's see. Bianca Vargas, I don't think so. I think they sell, I'll have to ask them, but I think they sell it per like small collections. I don't know if they sell it like in the whole. I definitely would have to ask for you. Let me see. Somebody said, what tips of advice would you give someone? I mean, what tip or advice would you give to speed up time? I take 3, sometimes 4 hours just for one, and it sucks. Honestly, when it comes to like speed, it's gonna be like the more you do nails, the faster you're gonna get, because you're still trying to remember the steps, and you're still trying to remember where you left this and that. So for one, I would say definitely your organization skills have to be on point, so you know exactly like what drawer you need to go in, because a lot of the time it's like people waste time from like looking for this polish or looking for these rhinestones or looking for your glue. That's just you wasting time. So if you just like make sure that you organize everything really well, and you like you're working and you're just going at it, not really pausing, that's one of the main things. And then also is just practice, girl. Like you just have to do it over and over again. And then also is I would time myself, and this is because I was doing like nail competitions, and we were timed, so I would have to time myself to make sure that I was, you know, gonna be done in time at the competition. But I feel like that helped me a lot because it definitely like cut down on my speed. I mean, cut down on my time, because I even wanted to like still have a little bit of time left after I was done doing nails. That way, if I needed to go in and change something, or, you know, just fix anything, that I would have that time. So I got it to where you know, I would just do it over and over and over again. Like the timer would go off, and then I would start again and like set the timer again and try to beat it that time, until, you know, I feel like that helped me be more consistent as well with my time. I would try to time myself each time. But trust me, like just yesterday when I did another live when I was doing my sister's nails, someone asked the same question about like how you know, like about speed. And like the very first time, and my sister was like, yeah, the very first time you did my nails, it took like 4 to 5 hours. But like I said, with time, you know, you're gonna get there. And like y'all, like I started YouTube like in 2017, and like at the end of 2017, it was like literally September, because I looked it up today. But I was doing nails since like from 2012 to 2017. So 12, 13, 14. So I had already been doing nails for 5 years before I started YouTube. And you know, like even then I feel like I wasn't the best. Like I go back and look at pictures, and you know, like I promise you that every single time you do a set of nails, it's gonna be better than the last and better than the last. Miraculous Ladybug. I prefer acrylic because that's just what I have more experience with. None of my clients have ever asked for polygel. Like I have tried it, you know, from different companies to test out, but I've never really just done a set with it. For me, honestly, I feel like it was a little tricky to work with, but I think if I actually like, you know, put like basically made myself practice with it, I think I could get a lot better. Nosh, what? Let me see. I mean, you would just have to type in like Natalie Coffin Nails, and then a lot of videos will pop up, and then you just click the one that looks short. Um, but yeah, so let's see. How did you build up your clientele? Okay, so when I first started doing nails, like I was doing like my classmates and stuff, and then those client, why do I keep saying client? Like my mouth is so dry. But those clients would like tell their aunt, their whoever, you know, like whoever would see their nails, they would ask about them, like, oh, who did your nails? And then they would just be like, oh, you know, Natalie, or this girl named Natalie, or, you know, this girl on Instagram, Get Nail 32. And they would just like, you know, tell people. So then that's how your name kind of starts getting around, is from like word of mouth. And then me just posting on social media as well. You know, just posting my work and prices, and posting that I'm taking appointments or whatever. And then, you know, people just kind of start coming to you, and you are going to have those people that like they will come every now and then, you know, especially if it's like younger people, they're going to come like what, for prom, homecoming, birthday, their boyfriend's birthday maybe, and other than that, that's it. And I did have clients like that, but then I had like the older clients. And at the time, y'all, I was literally like 17. Like, no, really, whenever I first started doing nails, I was 15. So I was doing like older people's nails, like people's aunties and people's moms, you know. And I was so young, and so, you know, like a lot of them kept coming to me. Some of them, you know, as time went by, you know, they wouldn't come back or whatever. Maybe they didn't like the nails. Maybe, you know, their nails lifted, because we all go through that stage. So a lot, like I just, you know, kept booking them. I just kept booking them. And like before they even walked out, it's like, do you want to go ahead and book your 2 weeks? So that's kind of how, like, if you set them on a routine, they are going to keep coming. They are going to, you know, like stay on that 2 week routine. So all of my clients, they know, like, let me go ahead and book my appointment, because if I miss it, you know, it's gonna if I miss my appointment, it's going to be hard for me to get back on that schedule. So it's just about, you know, like getting them on a schedule when you do have people that come. And like I said, you're going to lose some people, you're going to gain some people, but it's all for one is word of mouth. If people like your work, then of course they're going to ask about you. But you could also advertise on Instagram, advertise on Facebook, advertise on the Facebook marketplace. Put out your, you know, leave your business cards at the store, put it on a little billboard, not billboard, but you know, at the store sometimes they have where people can put advertisements, you know, do that. But as a beginner, you have to do what you can to get your name out there. Like, it's, you don't have to be shy, you know, because you're trying to make your money. So it's all about, like, right now the most like powerful tool there is literally in our hands, which is our phone. And you can do everything through your phone. You can advertise on social media. That's free advertisement right there. You know, like, to have your family and friends share it, do whatever you can. And then as people come in, like I said, make sure that you ask if they want to be rebooked. That way you can get them on that schedule. Sorry, I'm just over here talking and talking, not reading all the questions. But yeah, definitely consistency. Like Nelicious Candy said, consistency is the key to maintain your clients. You want to make sure that, you know, like, you're not charging them a different price every time they come. That will like run people away. You know, that you're not rude. You want to have good customer service. You know, it's just all about that. And people are, you know, like, I feel like for me, I'm really close to like all of my clients, so we're all really like friends. And it's like, you know, they look forward to seeing me, I look forward to seeing them, and just chat or whatever. So you just have to like build that relationship with your clients. And I would say that it's not even about just like getting clients, it's about like building relationships and just talking to them, making them feel comfortable and making them feel like they're welcome, you know, being nice or whatever. And that's gonna keep them coming. Oops. If someone gives you a bad review, I mean, I guess you kind of just have to like, you know, whatever it was, just whatever the problem was, you know, just try to do your best to fix it, you know, to offer, I mean, say like, you know, their nails broke or something, just have them like, hey, you know, I can fix it for you if you can come in on this day or whatever works for you best. You know, try to fix the situation. And then if it doesn't work, you know, then you would just have to like, you know, you have to learn to look past things like that, because girl, you can't be mad all the time. Yeah, K, who is that? K Myers is definitely, yeah, it's a lot of repetition. Lucy González, sí puedo hacer videos en español, pero cuando los hice antes, no mucha gente los veía, o por eso mejor los empecé a hacer en inglés. Pero sí estoy pensando en empezar a hacer unos cuantos en español, a ver cómo me va. Y si me va bien, pues lo sigo haciendo. But yeah, a lot of people have been asking me to do like videos in Spanish, but I have before. But when I did them, you know, like they didn't do too well. Like, of course, my audience in English was a lot bigger, so that's why I just continue to like do them in English. But I'm thinking about doing more in Spanish on live.
Who car is that parked out front?
The neighbors.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go say something to them.
This is not bothering you.
Maybe
Don't start.
Me.
Don't start.
That's bothering me. They parked on my grass.
They are not parked on your grass.
Yes, they are. I just, how you gonna tell me I just covered up?
They're right outside of my window. I can see.
And if you see, they're starting to put a tire indentation in my grass.
Boy, please.
The grass starting to fade. I shouldn't be able to look outside. Y'all park. I'm gonna be like, we have a property line. That's why we have a property line.
Boy, please. Leave the people alone.
I'm gonna let them slide till they get moved in. After that, it's a no-go. I'm shutting that down.
Boy, get out.
What's up, we on live?
Yes, I am.
Let me show them what we producing live.
Iced tea.
Iced tea. Let them, they want to see what you look like. Say hey to the camera.
This is Iced Tea. This is our last dog puppy that we got that was like this small when we first got him.
Oh my goodness, he giving me kisses, y'all.
Somebody said, when are y'all gonna get married?
Next year.
Boy, bye. Yeah, I told him if my ring ain't this big, I don't want it. If the ring's not this big, I don't want it.
Iced tea.
Yeah, Iced Tea got really big. He's what, 5 months?
Yep, he's 5 months. Oh, get back in the camera, come here.
Somebody said, girl, bye. She's talking about the ring.
I know, right? I don't know who she think I am. I'm just a mailman.
Paola Garcia, sí, sí hablo español. We're young. I'm 23, and he's, how old are you? No, he's 24. You finna what?
Go eat that chicken casserole.
Okay. Are they going to the car show?
They can go. I don't even care.
I'm talking about your friends.
I don't know. I ain't talking to me. I'm pretty sure they're still at work.
Close my door, please. Kenya, yeah, I've been doing nails. I think I started doing nails in 2012, and me and him got together in 2011. So I started doing nails when I was with him, and yeah, he's never had a problem with it. Jacqueline Cruz, I use the Scarlet Melody Susie e-file, which I really, really like, and my promo code for them is Natali 10, I think. It's under, the link should be under any of my videos, really. We're going to a car show. Like, they do these little cars. He's into cars. And so we be going to the little car show. It's like a little car meet. Like, literally, people just park and you just walk around and look at other people's cars. And then they race at night, but I just come home. I use the JCBD Concepts monomer as well, and it's really good, and it's really affordable compared to other companies, but definitely really, really like it. Daria, I would definitely say that, like, you can just practice as often as you can and just do like a full set whenever you can, just so you can practice. And you could always just like do cuticle oil on the natural nail. This is what somebody told me, y'all, and it really works. Like, just do a little bit of cuticle oil on each nail, and then do 2 coats of top coat, and then do a little bit more of cuticle oil. So when you practice on like the acrylic nails and actually apply the nail tips and the acrylic, it'll literally peel off because of that cuticle oil that's on your nails. That way you're not damaging your nails. Kenya, I recommend the JCBD Concepts acrylic. It's pretty affordable and it's really good. Whenever you're looking for acrylics, you don't want to go too cheap with your acrylic, because when they're cheap, they give you a really hard time, whether they are too runny, they dry too fast, I feel like when you use bad acrylic, it kind of discourages you because they're so hard to work with, and you automatically just assume nails is not for you, or nails is too hard because you couldn't do it the first time. But like I said, it's all about your acrylic has a lot to do with it, as well as your brush. Your acrylic and your brush, that's 2 things that you don't want to go cheap on. Those are your most important, materials. I've already done the giveaway. I announced the winner last Friday. I'm thinking about doing another one. But I'll probably post about it tonight, y'all. I might do another giveaway. Before I leave the house, I'll post about it. but it'll be on my Instagram. Kennedy, the biggest tip for beginners is really just practicing. Like, I cannot say that enough. You just have to practice, and repetition and patience and dedication is the key for beginners. You have to be really patient. You have to practice a lot and just do it over and over and over again. You're going to get tired. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to want to give up, but you just have to stick to it and just keep going, and you're going to get better with time. Trust me, y'all. Like, y'all think that I just be saying this stuff, but I was in your shoes, like, once upon a time. You know, and I'm not even the, I'm not the best. I'm not the number one person. There's a lot of people out there that's a lot better, but, I'm okay. But I think everybody at some point went through that same, situation, as far as, like, not, yeah, that's where I'm at. But yeah, you just have to, like, start somewhere, and we kind of all just kind of go through the same stages. Yeah. Who is that? Anissa. It just depends. All brands are different. All brands cost different. So it just depends on what you get and where you get it from and all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna apply some lashes, and these lashes are by Ella. It's Minx by Lashes, or sorry, y'all, not Mink by Lashes, but Minx by Ella, and this is from Ella Luxuries. I did my video on, like, the free promo video, which I was supposed to upload it today, but I haven't had time to, like, edit it, but I'll definitely edit it tonight and post them. But again, these lashes are by Minx by Ella. Vanessa, I haven't tried the iGel Beauty just yet. I bought like 3 acrylics by them, but I have not had time to try them out, and I definitely need to, because I know you guys had asked about them a while back. Thank you. Let's see. Hey, who is that? Dayanara. Hey, girl. Kennedy, I usually do all of my giveaways, like, on Instagram or YouTube. The last one that I did, I could probably do 2, one for YouTube and one for Instagram, but usually, like, you just have to comment something. Like, I always make them super simple, but I'll think about it while I'm doing this. Who is this? Cameron said, when I put dehydrator and primer on it, it makes my acrylic lip. What am I doing wrong? Okay, so it definitely could be a number of things. So it could either be, like, maybe you're not prepping the nail correctly. Maybe you're applying the nail tips too big or too small. It could also be that you are using too much liquid to where your acrylic is, like, super runny. Or, it could just be a number of things. So that's why I always say, like, it doesn't matter if you buy the most expensive primer and dehydrator. If you do not everything else correctly, you will still get lifting. And then also, one of the biggest and most common things that people don't do correctly, which I was one of them, is filing around the cuticle area really good. Because if you don't, that's one of the main things that will cause lifting, because you're basically sealing the acrylic around that cuticle area. So if you don't water, anything that gets trapped underneath the nail will cause your acrylic to lift, and you don't want that. Someone said, do you have any tips for transitioning from working a 9 to 5 to doing nails full time as a beginner nail tech? Okay, so I had this, someone else came to me about this situation, like something very similar to you. And basically the questions that I asked her was like, for one, are you making more money at doing nails than it is, your other job? And, like, how many clients do you have? Do you come back? Like, how often do they come back? Things like that. You just want to make sure that it's worth you leaving your full-time job, you know, to do nails. And then one of the main things that you're gonna have to do is like advertise yourself as much as you can so you get those clients, because you don't want to be sitting in the shop with no clients, especially if you're doing like booth rent, or you know, yeah, especially if you're doing booth rent, because it's like even if you don't have any clients on that day, you still have to pay that booth rent. So you want to make sure that it's definitely going to be worth it for you. And it, you know, it might take a minute for you to gain your clientele, but you just have to make sure that you really advertise yourself. Kennedy, I am. That's what I'm working on. I actually have the bottles